Hey, mickomoo here with a new recording of my OIA Orange Island Adventure playthrough. I actually made a previous recording just now, and I went to the market and the game glitched the hell out, so no items, no anything. It's just me and the gym leader, even though I have apparently 45,000 like pokey whatever. I guess this part of the game wasn't. Yeah, it looks like this is pretty much it. I'm gonna surf to see if there's an area around here that is developed, and I'm gonna see if there's a way off the island before I go to the gym leader, and not simply a way back, but a way actually like off the island. So yeah, the market is glitched. And I can't buy any items for battling. That is really, really depressing. At least I can go to the Poké Center, right? No, it's looking like yeah, this is kind of it in terms of what I can see. Unless the Victory Road is like in the Viridian City of whatever this game considers a Viridian City, which I think it's near Valencia Island. That would make the most sense anyway. So as you can tell, this is based on Celadon City. The market had some really good items. He wanted to do some private things. So anyway, yeah, I don't know why there's a table. I don't remember what the challenge was in the anime, but it's obvious I can avoid them. But obviously I want the experience, and I want the money, and I want the sense of completion. Kadabra's still leading, and I figured, you know, this market actually didn't have any Thunderstones anyway, so my idea of having a Jolteon is kind of not realistic apparently. I don't know if it's maybe I didn't find any Thunderstones, but they're still in the game. But no advice, guys, so I don't know what types the gym has, but between what we just faced now, I have no idea, honestly. Maybe she knows. So this is the first time we're seeing a beauty class in this game, and also it's not quite clear again what the types of this gym are. But Kumquat definitely, I believe, was in the anime. The name sounds familiar enough at least. I'm just gonna have Kadabra lead the charge. Krabby is an obvious type advantage there, so surprised that it's not leveled. It's not evolved to a Kingler. I found that even though Pokemon moves faster without evolution, in this game having the evolved forms raises the attack enough to sort of be under leveled, which is good enough for me to have, you know, good enough reason for me to evolve. So we've seen fire, water, dragon. Someone said it's like legendary types of this gym, something like that. I'm surprised I outspeeded that Vulpix. A lot of trainers in this gym. Lacuna, is that the gym leader's name? So since this seems to be the last segment, I'm gonna give everyone my opinion of this hack. So, since, as I said before, at the very beginning of this playthrough, this is one of the earliest hacks that I know of the Orange Islands. So, I am evaluating it based off of that criteria, being, you know, that maybe the ROM hacking scene was new back then, maybe people just didn't have access to the materials that they have now in order to make hacks. So, in that sense, I love the fact that the game is faithful to the concept of the Orange Islands. Some of the islands are made up, like Morale was obviously just Lavender Town in place of this is actually a bad idea, getting back to the battle, but clearly it's just Cinnabar Island where Lavender Town was, and for some reason the fossils took way too long to materialize. But some of the other places are accurate. Their names are accurate. I mean, I like Naval Island in the fact that it referenced the mountain that Ash climbed, and all the Pokemon in that gym were actually seen on that island. The same for Frovita. So that was pretty cool. That's you know, for somebody who, I couldn't check the facts back then, but for somebody who liked the anime, to see the game reflect with some accuracy the contents of the anime, it's pretty amazing. It's 2001, so again, that's a pretty cool thing. I'm gonna go back to the Poké Center to heal. Since this is the last segment, I'm okay with it running a bit over. If you're playing the game, definitely avoid the Pokémon, because like I said, the game will glitch the shit out. I mean, like, it's sort of like the glitch zone you experience, I think, in a Fuchsia City with the Safari. I think it's a Safari Zone trick or something. It's basically Glitch City, if you've ever heard of that that concept. Getting back to the game itself, though. Getting back to the game itself, that kind of faithfulness to the anime is something to be admired. Now, the game, it does, in terms of its design, leave a lot to be desired. In terms of basic game design, it's unfortunate that the levels are so, they don't even out. I mean, they're starting to even out now. I'm seeing they're kind of plateauing at 50, which makes it much easier to stand a chance. And oddly, the cave, the tunnel based off of Mysterious Dungeon is adequate enough to, oh, Skull Bash, but I won't let it finish. Anyway, that cave allowed me to capture this Kadabra that's helping me out. So, all in all, it's not horrible, but as you can see, you know, most of my party is still in their late 30s. They're now just entering their 40s. So if I were to face the Elite Four, I can't imagine. Would they be 60s? Would they be in their 60s or their late 50s? I don't know what level they would be at, but it'd be kind of a challenge. And to be fair, to be honest, usually when I've played Pokemon, I've been under-leveled, but not to this extent. I mean, the grass outside of Valencia City had level 10 Pokemon, and you still have your starter. Unless you were doing nothing but battling in that arena, you wouldn't really be competitive. And if you remember back in that segment of the game, there was only 5 battles. They were like 2 bug catchers, your rival, and the gym leader and her brother, or his brother, my bad. Actually, it was a her. Sissy is like the trainer's name, but because the sprite was Brock's, I kind of said him. So yeah, evaluating it on the principle that, wow, it kind of in its own way is faithful to the anime, but it definitely is glitchy, and I don't know what I can't evaluate the capabilities of what was available at the time. I don't know if there's limitations, if there weren't limitations, but a lot of the game, as you can tell, is sort of just swapping sprites basically in and out of their locations. Like the Onyx Tunnel was basically Rock Tunnel with none of the levels changed. A lot of the cities were just, you know, obviously replacements of existing cities with not much changed around. In fact, it seemed to be a lot lacking. Like, I hate how this Celadon City hack, you know, has no market, the giant Celadon department store. And maybe that's why the market's glitching out, because D.tyler reduced the market to what it is now. I don't know. But it's clear the game ends here. The area that was under development, I guess, is probably just aspects of the city that she never ever got to developing. I say it is cool though that we are able to fight the all 4 of the gym leaders of this area. So that's a cool thing. Another cool thing is, which isn't intentional, but there's no strategy guide, as I said in the beginning of this playthrough, so it gives you this sense of adventure. You're kind of just going, you know, using your intuition, your wit to go forward. If you played Pokemon before, though, of course, it's not a completely new sensation. It's not, you know, absolutely novel, but it is something to be said, especially if you're playing this as a kid. Back in 2003 is when I played it, I believe. So, I mean, all in all, would I say it stands up to the test of time? Definitely not. I think even back in its own time, it had limitations. I think that's why I don't know if D.tyler abandoned the hack, but I think that's why sort of there was no, from what I can tell, ever completion of the game. And see, now she's using exclusively grass type, so I can't tell if she is not been changed. The dialogue say Kumquat Gym, but she comes straight out of Erica's gym. I mean, what I'm looking at right now, straight out Erica. Like, I mean, so it's things like this that make you question sort of the consistency of the hack. So the spirit of the hack is I don't know if I'm just rambling on to you guys, but the spirit of the hack, as I said, is very strong. It tries its best to emulate the Orange Islands, but there are inherent limitations in how it's presented in terms of glitches, which should have been worked out, but the game's a beta, and in terms of simply things that are not aren't complete. But it's been a great experience playing this game. And I know I'm speaking as if I'm going to beat whoever the gym leader here is. I thought it was a guy named Drake, but I think Drake might be the leader of the Orange Crew. I need a Thunder type. The level 52 is clearly leagues above anyone in my party, but I think it's okay because I think I'm getting a sense that the types here are just legendary. Oh, ooh. Lapras should actually have no problem with this. Not to be arrogant, but I'm just seeing what sticks though. I'm gonna go back to the Poké Center, obviously, and I still can't. I don't get a sense of what types are in at this gym. I think it's like the title said legendary, so I'm guessing like mythical. So I'm expecting a lot of, you know, Dragonairs, Gyarados as we're fighting now, maybe an Arcanine. So one more time, we're gonna go back to the Poké Center. Again, I can't get items, so it's a moot point. It's unfortunate because they're actually revives, and I don't think they're potions for some reason, but there were revives there. I think to make this easier on myself, I'm going to get rid of Cruzu. I know I got rid of 2 of my main party members for generic Pokemon I encountered that were over leveled. It's almost like I'm going back in my morals, huh? So this is it. This is the gym leader. I'm gonna switch to using my starter in front. Oh, Chansey wasn't healed all the way. Sorry for the back and forth, guys, but it's almost about to be over. I would, I guess, encourage you guys to maybe play the game for yourselves to see how you would evaluate it. At least if you're feeling nostalgic to play Red and Blue, this is essentially Red and Blue, just with slightly different locations and map edits and whatnot. Although without an emulator, grinding and training is really annoying because I could just speed up everything. As you can tell, it's Erica Sprite. It's Alakazam. I'm kind of wishing I kept my Kadabra in front. But the strategy is the same. Confuse Ray, sleep, and then get Ivysaur going. Maybe not Ivysaur. I wasn't even thinking about the type matchup. It'd be a horrible idea. I'm content with having We Are battle. That is a glorious mustache this sprite is demonstrating. It's almost as big as, I don't know. So the sleep is working in our favor. I think it should be enough to take it out. So got a Marowak here. I trust Flowdust enough to handle this, even though obviously severe level difference. But get a Leech Seed going. Then a Poison Powder, you know the drill. In talking about my criticisms of the game, it is interesting, the movesets, while surprising, for example, that Scyther that used Bubble Beam, that was pretty interesting, but, some of the opponents were either really, really powerful or they only had one offensive ability. I don't remember ever experiencing that in the original games. So Flawless might not be able to handle this by itself. I'm figuring, especially the Razor Leaf missing the first time around, something like that basically just threw the battle out of my favor. And I don't know if the accuracy of the move is just not good, or it's just this game or whatever. A Fearow, that's kind of a disappointing choice. I don't have any electric types, but I guess Wear can finish it with the Ice Beam. I didn't even need I didn't even need Chansey and Kadabra, if that's the case at least. That was surprising. That's kind of cool. I should have realized that by this point, the TMs from these gems are being used within the move pool of any of the Pokemon in the battle. I should have anticipated that. That's not too surprising if you played the game. But I could have sworn there was some area that was based off of Seafoam, but maybe I'm imagining the wrong game. So that is it from what I can tell. I might linger around the segment a little bit more to see if there's a way off the island, but mostly I'm gonna wrap it up by just finishing my thoughts really quickly, just to summarize. Great concept, great great effort, especially for the time period. But the fact that it has glitches means that even back then the concept wasn't quite, or the work put into the concept wasn't quite perfected. But in the spirit of Pokemon as a series, it sort of celebrates the anime by being accurate to many or several of the locales, and plus that it is the only Orange beta I know that has a complete gym set that you can challenge. None of the other existing Orange games kind of go all the way through the Orange Islands. This basically kind of took us on a tour. Some of the locations may have not been accurate, but I feel like that the game adding its own content is it's unique. It's good enough. And when the locations were accurate, they were fairly accurate. Now I will say, unfortunately, due to the glitching and the game design and the leveling, it kind of does put a damper on the quality of the experience I had. But all in all, I'm really glad I replayed the game. I am. I can appreciate it on a different level, even if it didn't hold up to nostalgia. It's a decent experience. If you're looking for a game on the Orange Islands, I would say play it. I mean, I feel that it's the most complete experience that you'll get this far. I mean, just in terms of knowing what games exist, this is the furthest that any game has gone. So that said, that's pretty much the end of my playthrough of this game. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around if you have. I know I kind of ramble, I kind of mumble. This is my first Let's Play, so the first complete one at least. So I'm glad just using this experience. And I think maybe in a few weeks I'm gonna start Scribblenauts again, see how that goes. I'm gonna definitely attempt to complete the game. And yeah, that's it. Alright guys, see you next time. mickomoo out. Take care.